And my message is take the ownership of your own career success or your integration success. Nobody can sell your skills or introduce yourself or make yourself visible better than yourself. Take that ownership and you will be amazed how entire universe is helping you to get there.
Hey there, it's me, Lidia May, a proud Canadian immigrant and a firm believer in the power of a positive mindset. I want to have honest conversations with successful immigrants about their stories, insights, and what it really takes to thrive in your new home. Get ready to warm up to Canada. Welcome to the Ice to Nice podcast. Welcome, Hasmik. I know you're a very busy woman and it's very hard to get you, but I'm so happy that you found some time on Saturday and you are with us today. So I was wondering if you could share a little bit about yourself, your story, how you came to Canada, and what makes you to thrive here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lidia. Before I start talking about myself, I want to thank you. Yeah. You texted me last night and I was just back from the office and I was sitting and, thanks God, first 2 days, upcoming 2 days, it's going to be weekend and I'm going to relax. And then you came with this task and excited me so much. I said, I'm going to be part of it. So thank you for the invitation to be part of this Ice to Nice podcast.
Thank you. And I do believe that exactly like you said. So when immigrants are coming to Canada, they have a lot of opportunities, right? And they have some meetings, somebody invites them somewhere, but not all of them I'm in. Because it might be an opportunity, who knows, right?
Yeah.
So, but I know you've been in Canada probably the same amount of time as me because I came in 2014. Yeah. What about you?
I was about to talk about it, but again, back to this invitation, I was genuinely interested to be part of it and talk to you. Right?
That's true.
Without any agenda or upcoming opportunities, just to talk to you, because this is exactly what we miss when we dive deep in our work, and we miss this simple interaction, just to get to know people more, right? So thank you. So I came to Canada 2013, January 28, 2013. Before coming to Canada, I was an international student in Europe. I was lucky enough to get scholarship from the Dutch government to do my master's degree in environmental sciences. So I was studying in Wageningen University in the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. And finishing my master program, I went to Germany to do my internship. That was an integral part of my study. And from Germany, I knew it's time for me to immigrate because I applied to Wageningen University and I applied for Canadian immigration at the same time. And I was lucky enough to get acceptance from both. So while I was studying and doing my internship, I got an email from Canadian government that it's time. So if I don't come within a certain period, I might be losing my permanent residency. I sat one evening and I started to look at available help. Where do I start? Okay, I'm heading to a totally new country. Where do I start? I started to do research and first couple of names, Calgary Catholic Immigration Society came first, showing as one of the newcomer serving agencies. I started to dig deeper and see what kind of services they are offering. And CCIS was offering environmental immigrant bridging program that back then, 2013, they were offering in partnership with UQ Canada. So I said, perfect. This is a wonderful pathway for me as a geoscience, environmental science professional to come to Canada. This is the program I want. I made a call because of time difference. It was night in Germany. It was morning in Canada. I was lucky enough to talk to a program coordinator. And she said, my dear, you need to be in Canada to be selected to be part of the program. It was an in-person program. I said, that's it. I'm buying the ticket. I'm going to Canada. Yeah, so I didn't even get a chance to properly spend back time in Armenia. That's where I'm originally from. So from Germany, I flew back to Armenia, packed my stuff, 1-2 hours, and took my flight to Canada. I perfectly remember January 28, minus 35 degrees outside.
Oh my God.
I landed. I was staying in bed and breakfast, and very next day in the morning, I came to CCIS. This warm and cozy, welcoming environment I entered. And I had very successful interview. They said, you are in, you are going to be part of the program. And I was the happiest newcomer, perhaps, that I'm in a right path. And I remember I was walking around at CCIS and I said, what a nice environment. I wish I work here. And be careful what you wish, right? So as a result, the same year, I started the program. I started volunteering for CCIS. And the same year, right after finishing the program, there was an opportunity to contribute to mentorship for integration program at CCIS. So I tried and I got accepted and I joined CCIS team as an employee. So since then, 2013, October, November, end of October, beginning of November, my journey as an employee started with Calgary Catholic Immigration Society, and I'm in this organization for over 12 years now.
Oh my God,
12 years now, starting
story.
with Mentorship for Integration program, facilitating, coordinating the program, then moving to pre-arrival services, then moving to youth employment program, then having opportunity to work with displaced oil and gas professionals, and all this 12 years, I was developing skills. I was absolutely enjoying every aspect of my job that created opportunity for me to contribute towards the success of newcomers integration. I felt that nowhere else I will find a job that will be such a rewarding
experience
for me. So there you go. That's me.
But this is great. But that's why I really wanted to have you as a guest, because as you know, through my work at Windmill, I work with many settlement agencies, and also I meet a lot of newcomers, and some of them they don't know why they need to go to a settlement agency, why they need to register with one, and how they can pick the best one. Well, I know that both of us, we are based in Calgary, and CCIS is one of the biggest agencies in Alberta. In the prairies.
We are the largest newcomer serving agency in prairies, close to 500 staff members, 2,000 plus volunteering pool, really amazing professionals and people who are there to help support in any way they can. Altogether, we speak 70 plus languages, so it's the most multicultural environment you can ever imagine. And altogether, we, through 5 big divisions, and I'll name later on and tell you more about these divisions, we offer 100 plus programs, customized programs that meet the complex need of newcomers and evolving need of labor market. And we provide settlement integration services to newcomers, refugees, immigrants, to settle, integrate, and become full contributing members of Canadian society.
This is nice. But before we jump to the programs you guys have, and I know some of them, they're amazing, and I've met a lot of staff of yours, and they're great as well. So maybe in some simple words, can you describe why you believe that somebody who is brand new to Canada, they should join a settlement agency, and how they can also find one, if you can describe?
You see, as someone who studied in many different countries as international student, when you are new in a country, you need to start from somewhere, and you come with lack of social capital, with knowing anybody, and when you enter, you feel everybody is fish in the water. You are the only stranger here, right? You need to start from somewhere, and I cannot imagine anywhere better than newcomer saving agencies to start their journey as a newcomer, your journey as a newcomer, because all these agencies, CCIS, earlier we were talking about community, we have sister organizations, a lot of partners. All we do, we offer customized programs that meet the need of our clients, and also need of communities, need of business community, to help to make newcomers integration smoother.
I see.
Settlement process smoother. That's why it's extremely important to stay connected, stay informed. Information is everywhere. You just need to be active and select the programs and create a plan that will work for particularly your journey.
Well, but I guess in some way you are a living story of it, right? Since you've just mentioned that you came to Canada and actually you got an email about CCIS and then you started like as a volunteer a bit and then you got a full-time job as well. So, but when I came to Canada, it was 2014 and I came directly to Calgary. I was an international student. But for example, of course, I was not giving a lot of like lending papers with a lot of information where to go. So for those people who are like me, who are like on a study permit in Canada or maybe on a work permit, are there any services like that that those people still might be eligible for applying with a settlement agency?
Sure. When we talk about international students, there are different events happening through embassies, consulates. Many times I attended many different events organized by consulates or community centers that invite newcomer saving agencies like us to do information sessions, more customized information and resources sharing regarding the future employment, what local employers' expectations are, or some other specific settlement-specific topic sharing with international students. When it comes to funded long-term programs, unfortunately for international students, for temporary foreign workers, while these programs exist, the depth of the programs or the length of the programs might not be the same as it is for refugees or it's for skilled immigrants or any other immigration category, right? But help is available, of course. And the best thing probably to check, and resources are really available through websites. For example, a local immigration partnership, Calgary CLIP website has that resource in their website. They can navigate nowadays with information.
Like to see, actually, I didn't know that clip they have this kind of
newcomer guides, right? Newcomer guides reading, and they will definitely find customized services that are there for international students as well. And most importantly, stay connected with university career services. Most of universities have their career services as well, and these are right programs and people to connect to get more information, resources wider in the community, where to go and where to get that customized help.
I see. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense. So in my understanding is that in Calgary we have CLIP, but probably other provinces they have like sister organizations as well. And then if newcomers they go to their websites, they will see a list of settlement agencies, right? But for example, like in your opinion, and I understand you are a big fan of CCIS,
right?
But what would be your advice and like how people can decide which settlement agency they should go? Even in your case, when you were going to Canada, you had a few. So why did you stop on CCIS? Or maybe how can people can see? Do they have a choice or no, like for example, I know in Manitoba there is an agency which is called Manitoba Start, and my understanding is that every newcomer who comes first they go there, and then after that, after language assessment, they're kind of divided through different agencies. I'm not sure if in Alberta we have a similar system.
More and more different provinces are streamlining the processes in terms of settlement, etc. There are certain things happening in Alberta as well. However, my advice to newcomers, and when we say newcomers, there are different educational levels, language proficiency, etc. Not everybody can open the Google and start searching and finding the programs that meet their need, right? There are some complex cases where they need extra support, right? And it happens because we have the largest refugee population that comes to us. We have our resettlement integration services for refugees. Then we have community development integration, etc. So referrals and staying active, staying connected, talk to people, find these people, because sometimes opportunities come from the least expected places, right? It's all about word of mouth or finding right resources or talk to people who will refer you to right organization. And as newcomer saving agencies, we maximize our effort to make visible ourselves and our work visible for for all immigration categories and for people, started from pre-arrival programs that we offer, then huge list of different customized post-arrival programs in our agency that many newcomers, and to be specific, over 30,000 newcomers per year come to our door and get the skills, get the information to thrive and to follow their.
And that's why probably you're very busy, because if every year we have so many newcomers, and but for me, I think there was that key for you, that when you were open, right? So like you had that information and you decided to explore more. I do find, and sometimes I meet newcomers and like who tell me, well, like we had some information before we land in Canada, but we were not sure it was very valuable. I was like, no, you should go and check what kind of information and what there. And for you, like when you started with CCIS, I know that you started from not scratch, but probably like you were like in some position which were not much good much for your experience and education, but eventually like now you're a big director. You're managing like how many people?
I want to say, Lidia, in Canada, I had a very interesting integration journey. I had a unique opportunity to work for retail, and that experience gave me unique skill set that nowhere else I could find. When I was immigrating, I mentioned about my education in Europe, doing my master's degree, but I was bringing 10 years of research and development experience. I was a researcher in my country when I was coming. And after arrival, I realized that I don't have financial capital, I don't have social capital, and I need to start job today. So
like any job, right?
Of course, and I started working for CCIS at the same time. I was working for retail store and getting unique experience. When you say you started not so the positions, I loved absolutely the position, every aspect of the job. So my first job with CCIS was facilitating mentorship for integration program. What I was basically doing, being new to the country, developing skills and reaching out to local professionals to bring them to volunteer their time or to become mentors for newcomer professionals, just like myself. So mentors will provide newcomers with information support to ease their transition. Just imagine how many new skills I was developing just doing that job and taking this responsibility. And when I was doing employer outreach, I realized that when I go out and talk to employers, they don't want to hear only about mentorship program and that's it. They ask all kind of questions about other programs at CCIS, about CCIS as an agency, number of immigrants we are saving, immigration categories, community at large, and so many. And I need to start working on my skills. I need to understand, look above and beyond my job description and get all that information to be able to do full reach outreach, proper outreach. So I'll develop trust and respect when I'm bringing these people. So there I started developing these skills. And when we look at the position, and perhaps I want this message to be also a message to all these newcomers or people who just starting their career in non-for-profit sector. Stop looking at their job description and start looking at the bigger picture and where their role uniqueness and how they are connected with other programs. What's the bigger impact they are part of, right? So I started with CCIS, and I'm really lucky to have opportunity to change my roles frequently, because no other way to get so much knowledge about division, about organization, about community overall. After mentorship program, I had an opportunity to be part of pre-arrival services, where we were providing job search support and employment counseling to people who are destined to Alberta and yet overseas, helping them to arrive prepared. So giving them information, knowledge about specifics of their profession, settlement, to arrive prepared and somehow to reduce their post-arrival stress. And it was a unique opportunity for me to work with this demographic now and develop totally different skill set, you see. then working with displaced oil and gas professions, because it was 2014 when oil and gas prices went down. It was mass layoffs in bigger energy sector that had its direct, indirect influence in all other sectors. And I was in a unique position to help people who got displaced from oil and gas. And because of my geoscience background, because of my environmental science background, I connected the dots and I started to help them, customized help to pull out and help them recognize their transitional skills, transferable skills to target alternative and emerging sectors. So no matter what I did, it was giving me unique skill set that later on when you connect the dots, where I am now, I would not be able to be where I am now if not all these various experiences that I had. Even my retail experience, right? I brought a sense of urgency from retail to social work where it seems more stagnant, right? And the work we do, newcomers come, like our former CEO would say, people don't wake up in the morning and say, what a sunny day, let's go to CCIS. When they come, they need us. And we need to act with sense of urgency fast to find solutions to their issues and help them, right? I brought these skills from retail job that I was doing. And I'm so thankful for these opportunities to contribute and yet develop skill set that now help me in where I am now. And yes, you mentioned leading huge team and you ask how big is my team. Business Employment and Training Services is one of the largest divisions at CCIS. Along with resettlement integration, community development integration, family children services, rural Alberta immigration services. So business employment and training services team is close to 150 staff members, absolutely amazing team members. And together with my team, we design, develop, and deliver customized programs that meet the complex need of our clients and changing need of local labor market for them to find rewarding employment. So I have a large portfolio. I have language instruction for newcomers, link program started from pre-literacy foundational level to level 4, where we provide link classes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., including weekends, to newcomers. We have 3 pre-arrival services I mentioned. It's part of my portfolio. Planning for Canada, settlement online pre-arrival, active engagement integration project, where we are Alberta partner to larger national outstanding projects. We have our employment portfolio where we provide individual employment counseling, group-based employment workshops, career bridge workshop, employment communication workshop, specialized workshop for newcomers, science, technology, engineering, and math professionals. We have specialized workshops for newcomer refugees and refugee youth to help them because barrier more complex needs, right? We also have range of training bridging programs, started with IT bridging program, green economy training program. We have pre-apprenticeship plumbing, carpentry, electrician, pipe trades, building maintenance workers. So it's a busy engine. Digital literacy, Ukrainian employment project, you name it.
It's like you name it.
And your brain never stops to come up with my youngest, the newest program that I'm so proud that we are again Alberta partner for a national project, national healthcare language project for internationally trained nurses, pharmacists, and medical workers. So it's a lot. And what I'm proud the most, the commitment and dedication of my team. Every single day they bring their absolute best to help those who are new to this country to reach their full potential and to thrive.
But this is great. But also, like, I was listening to it and I was like wondering. So because I always love like inspiring people, and that's why is the name of my channel, like Ice to Nice Warming Up to Canada. Because like 10, 11 years ago, you were at an entry level position at CCIS, right? So you had a second job, which in some way it was a survival job for you. Yes, it was a retail job, maybe higher position, but still like back at home or back in Europe, you didn't do the same.
So back then, like, did you know that one day you would become a director and you would be managing so many people and so many programs which you've just listed? What were your biggest fears as a newcomer, like when you started your journey in Canada?
Overall, my biggest fear was always being disappointing my parents, disappointing people who expect my...
It's that USSR thing, right? Like, because like, both of us, like, we were born in USSR. It seems like.
No, I was coming and thinking, what if people expect from me what I really cannot provide? That was my biggest fear. Otherwise, I knew it's going to be a totally new, unique experience, and I am going to make my absolute best to succeed, to be successful for me, for my family, and for my parents, and for my country also. So looking back, or for anybody looking at my journey from the country I came from, they will feel proud about accomplishments. So thinking, would I ever reach to this? I never thought about, my next step is this. Next, all I did, I felt that I'm needed, and I'm developing skills, and I'm contributing, and I'm making positive impact. That's what mattered in every step of the journey that I was part of. I never thought, okay, you know what, that's an interesting interview question, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I don't know. I mean,
you're evolving,
look
right?
at our
you can be a different person
before
in 5
COVID,
years.
and who would know that COVID would come and totally turn the world upside down. So you can never what will happen, but what you know for sure, that you are here to do your absolute best without any fear that you know what. I had fear to not disappoint my manager, to not disappoint my team, always going above and beyond to be there and to bring my 100%. And that's exactly what I do now. Right? I still have fears.
Like, really? It's like by now you should be done with all of your fears.
No, it's a huge portfolio. It's a huge responsibility, Leading the team, you are serving 150 people, and you are there. Your role is to ease their job, to help them to succeed in whatever they are doing.
This is great.
You see, it's a huge responsibility.
Yeah, I see. It's like, but also like now when you've tried like different roles at CCIS, and probably you've met so many new people, like I'm wondering though, because like, do you know, like, can you share what in your opinion the common mistakes immigrants make?
Newcomers, there are mistakes, and that are many of us, even myself, I did. And mistakes, staying in our comfort zone and not wanting to do anything else. Oh, I'm scared of making calls. Oh, I'm scared of emailing. Oh, I'm terrified of speaking in front of people that I don't know. I had all these fears too. And these are the common mistakes that I see people are making when they are new in the country, or expecting that someone will give them ready product and success on a plate, which is another mistake that people make. And my message is, take the ownership of your own career success, or your integration success. Nobody can sell your skills or introduce yourself or make yourself visible better than yourself. Take that ownership, and you will be amazed how entire universe is helping you to get there. Because surrounders, when people look at me from the side, what attracts? Everybody knows it's a difficult pathway, right? And if I start telling Lidia, it's so difficult, it was so hard. My last week was absolutely horrible, and telling the same, very soon I will realize that I don't have anybody around me.
Yeah, because
you
like,
see,
especially in Canada,
stop complaining and start being positive, and you will be amazed how much attention you will attract when you are positive, when you do your absolute best, when you try. Not knowing is not shame. Not trying is a shame. I think it's absolute no. And losing positivity is the last thing when you are in a new country and you need to do. Yeah, it's difficult. Nobody told it's going to be easy when you are in a new country, but it's worth it. And when you look back, and every single day when you go to bed and you put your head on the pillow, you look back, what did I do today to reach my potential or to reach my goal? And when you feel good about yourself, that I did absolutely great today, I connected these people, I talked to these people, I realized that I got this information that I'm going to implement towards these things, then you will be amazed with no time how successful you would become.
100%, and I really love your words, and it resonates a lot with me because, like, as you know, like I have this positive mindset, and that's why I think the role of a settlement agency is so important in everybody's journey.
Yes.
I mean, for those newcomers who are coming to Canada, because, like as you said, like some people, they might not know even in some way, because you said people think, oh, like everything is gonna be ready for them, and I think this is a very common mistake, that people think, well, I got an invitation from the Canadian government, it means they're waiting for me, then I'm gonna come and everything is gonna be great and I'll get a job with no time, and then the salary will be six figures. And I always tell, it might be, but things take time, right? And that's why I think like the role of the settlement agency is very important, because like people who are like you, your team, they can determine like what needs a client has and how they can help like to help that client to be more realistic and evaluate their skill set. And I really love what you've done with your skills, right? Exactly how you were describing that you were in a retail job, but then a lot of skills from there can help you like in your current job as well, right? Not everybody has that chance. So, and you guys, you have so many like wonderful programs, and I think I'm familiar with some of them, but I would like if you can tell for example an approximate journey, like if we can play a game now. So let's say I'm brand new to Canada and I'm on a permanent residency status.
Okay.
So like I go to CCIS, then what will happen?
First, my advice would be give a call before making the trip.
Okay, so see like that,
or email, or if this is absolutely no way, no technology, phone is available. Let's be fair, right? Make a call or make a journey. Come, because even if you don't have appointment, you will always get services you need, right? Come to CCIS, and what happens to newcomers when they enter CCIS? What happened to me and what we continue offering? We have our reception desk when they meet our lovely reception team, who welcome them and ask questions to understand the need and start the intake process. So clients go through intake process if they have documents with them. That's why I told give a call to understand what documents to bring with you to save extra trip, right? They go through intake process, and based on the need, they are assigned either to settlement counselor or employment counselor, or many times it's both. Clients need both settlement and employment counselors, and from there journey starts. Let's say they come to employment counseling. I have a wonderful team of employment counselors offering individual employment counseling. No matter where the language proficiency is, there is always service available for clients. As I mentioned, we have a huge team of volunteers who are always there to provide translation, interpretation, and all that, right? So again, based on client age, educational level, background, and career goal or language proficiency, they are referred to customized programs within CCIS and outside of CCIS. As an agency, yes, we are big, but we have our limitations as well. No single program, no single individual counselor can provide all these services. We need to understand why we are stronger with cross-program, cross-divisional, cross-agency collaboration. So my team is equipped with up-to-date knowledge, and they are constantly working on it to know what are the services available in the community. And if we cannot help that client within CCIS, where is better services available to refer them to get the service they need, right? So that's how it goes.
Like
Let's say the client who came to us is youth within 15 to 30 years, 30
Yeah.
inclusive. And they
Oh, it's
want
interesting.
to
So it starts at 15 to 30.
15, 30.
See, you're still youth at when you're
30.
28, 30.
You are still youth when you are 35.
Okay.
Let's be honest. That's only a number that I'm mentioning there. I mean, I think that is there to say this is the youth program,
Yeah.
right? Dictated by the funders, but at the same time, we have a wonderful team. We provide a youth employment program since 2009, and we are 2025 now. We have a long-lasting experience working with newcomer youth. And the program that we have now, called Skills Elevate, had many names: Youth Hub, Bridge to Success, Future Skills, etc. So the program over time evolved and became wonderful, comprehensive program that provides help to refugee youth, youth with high school education, professional youth, helping them through group-based employability skills training, individual coaching, consultation, mentorship, networking, and placing them with employment opportunities, continuing support until they are fully confident and stay with host employers for long full-time employment.
That's
So
wonderful.
another example, let's say newcomer who came to us is skilled immigrant who brings STEM experience, science, technology, engineering, math experience, whatever the field is there. Within my team, we have workshop for newcomer STEM professionals, 4-week workshop that they can follow and get more information. What are the career opportunities for newcomer STEM professionals? What are the emerging sectors available? What are the expectations of local employers? How to build their profession portfolio, their resume, cover letter, how to prepare for interviews. So all this help is available. Let's say newcomer is refugee coming with lots of difficulties, multiple barriers. We have customized programs for refugees as well, group support, individual support. We have support for called mindfulness program for people with mental and physical disabilities, helping them to get employed and stay with host employers. So there is a lot.
And for me, just to clarify for our listeners as well, it doesn't mean that you will provide them with a lot of education, but you will give them that start. You will give them those skills, and you can also recommend, for example, if you feel like there is an engineer who's an internationally trained engineer, you can refer them to APEGA. You can refer them to SAIT for someone who programs.
We refer
right?
them Direction for Immigrants to prepare for their licensing process, because Direction for Immigrants has a wonderful program, a free program preparing them for their professional licensing. We help engineers for many decades. CCIS was offering engineering and technology upgrading program that, again, the service evolved over time, and because of the service success in the past, we continuously attract this particular demographic, engineers, different engineering disciplines, geoscientists, and we have programs. For example, our latest program that again evolved, we had this empowering newcomer professions for careers in sustainability, for newcomer STEM programs, and now the new program that we have called Green Economy Training Program, that we talk about the jobs that contribute towards net zero trajectory, provinces plans towards net zero, and we talk about the jobs that contribute towards the net zero economy. So these are sustainable jobs hosted by energy sector, and we see that for many decades, STEM professions were attracted, particularly to come to Alberta because of the dominant energy sector.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yes, and as an agency, as a newcomer agency, we come up with customized programs that provide many programs we do in partnership with educational institutions. We have programs that we are offering technical pieces covered by SAIT, or we partner with Energy Safety Canada, Careers in Energy. They do presentations, they come and as guest speakers during our networking events. So It's strategic partnership, finding right partners who will fill the gap and help us to provide comprehensive service that will meet our clients' need. For many years, decades, we work with APEGA. They come and do presentations for our clients, what it takes to go through their licensing process and what are the right steps to do, what documents to prepare, what are the exams, etc. And the same with chartered professional accountants, the same with CPHR, human resources professionals. We continuously expand our work to work with more regulatory bodies and community partners who will help and make our work successful.
Yeah, because as I always tell them, sometimes it's not enough just to have your degree or diploma from back home. You need to go through certification. And that's why I'm so happy, same as you, I work for Windmill, the organization which helps internationally trained professionals. Because, for example, if it's an engineer, but then they have met with you guys, they have met with APEGA, but they don't have money, then it's where we provide them work with the loan as well. But this is great. I do feel and that's why in the beginning I said that for me as an agency, it's that bridge between a newcomer and Canada, because I always tell, you might not have Canadian job experience, and that might be fine, but if you don't understand any Canadian workplace experience, it might be even more hard, because you might get a job so quick, but then you might lose that job quick as well, because it's different, right? And that's why I do believe that the settlement agency is a bridge, especially with so many programs which are customized for your clients. On the top of your mind, maybe any success story, maybe an individual without a name who finished a specific program and now they work for a big company in Calgary.
Many of them. Oh, I'm so proud. It makes me happy to look back and remember all the success stories. But before I mention success stories, I wanted to say, yes, we have well-established partnership with Windmill Microlending, and your team is doing absolutely amazing work. Previously Immigrant Access Fund, and now Windmill Microlending. You provide clients with that financial support to follow their dream and to complete their program. Or I know that that helps them a lot, and I have many success stories that used Immigrant Access Fund or that financial support from Windmill Microlending to complete their educational path to get where they are now. Looking back and looking at success stories, and by the way, from day one, when you start interacting with clients, you know exactly whose path is going towards success is going to be faster, who's not. That positivity, gratefulness, you already look at them and you feel, what a wonderful person. I want that person to be part of my team. And when you have that feeling, they get the job with no time.
I always tell you might have 5 degrees, but if you don't know soft skills, if you cannot show your passion, if you cannot smile, unfortunately, it might take longer for you to get back.
You see, technical skills are important, but when it comes to decision making, and when you sit with 5 resumes with the same technical skill, what helps you to make a decision who is going to join the team? Whoever had positive attitude, whoever connected well, whoever was grateful, right? You felt good about interaction with that person, and you feel that they are going to be a wonderful addition to your team without making any unnecessary conflict or stress environment, etc. Yes, technical skills are important. That's why you are invited for an interview, because on paper, whatever you showed shows that you are good enough to, but it does not guarantee you entrance, because you need to have that personality. Your communication should be there, because they look at you as potential organization representative. And if you cannot perform the first time you meet, absolutely not. Looking at success stories, I have so many pre-arrival clients with wide variety of different professional backgrounds who came here, who followed all the directions, and now they are leading teams in IT companies, in different other sectors, construction, trades, energy, sustainability. There are a lot. We had pre-arrival clients. I know the name, but as I said, you mentioned, don't mention the name.
No, you can mention the name.
He came, he took micro-credential courses, then he started working for leading sustainability company. And I was pleased, really so happy to see his transition and success. I was part of his success. I'm humbled to have that small contribution towards his success, providing him with skills, information, and support to make it right during the interview process, to have a proper portfolio, to be his reference when employers called.
Wow.
You see, other examples through so many workshops, Lydia. Now I remember there are so many through our youth program. We had wonderful youth within that age group. I mean, more their mid to late 20s. They came with low background. Imagine how hard it is when you come with regulated professional engineering, law, health sciences. And now I look back, I have two lawyers who are working as lawyers. The wonderful lady from Tanzania, and I remember how hard it was for her to start here. She was working in Walmart, and I was always staying late for her to finish her shift and come. Back then I was part of mentorship program, and I was trying to find for her mentor who will help her transition. She had her law education from US. She came and she couldn't find job.
And even
And
from
she was
US,
working
yeah.
in Walmart, and every time she would come, her fingers were frozen. She would sit and I would make tea for her too, and we would start our sessions. Now she works in government and as a
Like,
lawyer.
see, and
You see, so many. That's the beauty of. That's why in the beginning of this conversation, I told it's hard to imagine any other job where will make you have this feeling of full accomplishment. You know, it's such a rewarding job that, most importantly, that you are part of someone else's success. Maybe it's the way I function. Maybe that might not give fulfillment to somebody else, but I feel I'm in the right place in the right time, and I'm happy.
And I can feel that as well, for you, and your words resonate with me very much, because same as you, I'm passionate about my project, I'm passionate about my work for Windmill, because as you say, we see results, right? So people are coming to Canada, they feel frozen, they feel negative, that things are not the way they expected it would be, but those stories, I have the same friends, same as you, you were telling about this lady, she worked for Walmart, right? But then still she returned to her profession. She got there, and that's why I always tell to every newcomer, don't listen to negative stories. I don't say they don't exist, they exist, but who tells that it's gonna be your way, right? Who tells that it will happen to you? You have completely different story, you have completely different mindset, your skills. Yes, I really love your example. I might use it in the future as well about the tech skills. So 5 people can have exactly the same tech skills, but not 5 of them will have the same smile, will have the same thank you email, or good handshake. Yes, it's still after 11 years of being in Canada, it's hard for a woman.
But that's the genuinity, that's the beauty of diversity, you see? That's when you start celebrating diversity and people who speak differently than you, who have accent, that's the beauty. And when you start seeing beauty and celebrating it, you will only win. And this message to employers, you will become employer of a choice.
Oh yeah, 100%, those employers which recognize diversity, which celebrates different holidays and everything. And that's what I love about CCIS. I know your team is very diverse. So and I wish that we could have more time to talk about it, but also now I just was wondering, so because you're an immigrant yourself, same as me, so now looking back, do you think you would have done something differently on your work? For example, for me, I always tell people who are listening to me that I didn't have a career plan, and it took me much longer to find an ideal job. Actually, I really love and I enjoy. Again, same as you, I don't know what would be in 5 years, but for now, I really love my job. So, but again, I could have gotten this job maybe earlier, but because I didn't have a career plan, it took me no longer. So do you have, but it's not a regret, it's just like you are a researcher, right?
No.
Like it's kind of, you look back and you're like, like technically, yeah, I could have done this like faster.
Yeah.
So what about you? Do you have like anything?
You see, I like the question because that's exactly the question I ask myself frequently. I need to be honest. This is something because I had long-lasting education in geoscience area. I have degrees, master's degree in geology, geophysics, second master from the Netherlands, environmental science. During COVID, I went back to study at UC, and I finished my third master in sustainable energy development. And yet I was studying and I was leading research team developing geothermal district heating for Northwestern territories, not Northwestern territories, Northwestern Alberta, the Natal people. Yes, I have passion for geoscience as well. And yet, during that time that I dive deeper in my work and I got promoted to lead this big portfolio, and I was happy to be there, and I am happy where I am now. Sometimes I miss my geoscience field, I need to be honest, but I compensate that through volunteering. I am, how many years? I lost the count, probably 8 years that I'm volunteering for APEGA as a mentor. I go to different events, do speed mock interviews, resume review, industry mixers. Sometimes I host bigger sessions. Last big session I had 300 students from University of Alberta and University of Calgary joining, and international students who wanted to explore career opportunities and how to make their professional portfolio. So you just need to find a way to connect the dots and feel that you are fulfilled and you feel you are in the right place and you are developing skills and you are having meaningful, positive contribution. This is the question I would ask myself, Hasmik. Would you, if I am starting again, would I like to be? Yes, I would, because sometimes I feel maybe instead of going to retail 4.5 years doing 2 full-time jobs, I would have shortcut and start a geoscience career. Who knows? Maybe. But always remember you are in the right place in the right time, and that's the key to happiness. You know, when I came to this country, I passed the passport control. I had fears. It was uncertain. I didn't know whether I'm coming to for good to stay, or I was PhD student back and I had plans to continue research. I passed passport control, and remember in airport there are wonderful people with cowboy hats, etc., who are welcoming volunteers, group of volunteers. I had my first short talk, this sweet talk, as a new Canadian, and they started asking me questions: who I am, where I am from, what's my background, and one of them said, "Welcome to Canada, make it better." And I took it so serious. Maybe whatever I'm sharing now, some people will consider it's naive, but I took. It was powerful welcome. It was powerful message that helped me to decide on staying and calling this country home.
Awesome.
And every single day, I remember that I'm here for a reason, and I do my absolute best to have my humble contribution towards making this country even better.
Awesome. And what would be your final advice to like all of the listeners, like especially based on your experience, and now like you have been with CCIS for so many years, so what would be your biggest recommendation?
Well, assuming that our listeners are mainly newcomers, and not only, because this advice is not necessarily newcomer specific, but a positive attitude, strong and organized approach, taking ownership of their settlement and integration process. Help is available. Information is available. I already, during this conversation, I mentioned about all the programs that CCIS offers, and there are even more programs through other sister organizations, partner organizations, educational institutions, and more. Be active. Go out of your comfort zone and make a learning goal of something that you are terrified to do. Do it twice more. Master it. And move forward with positive steps. Be grateful of everything, even small thing that someone shares with you or advice, direction, because grateful people who are successful. It's not successful people who are necessarily grateful, it's vice versa. Those who are grateful, who acknowledge the help they receive, they become successful even faster. And that's it. You are in a wonderful country, a welcoming country, and if you want to call it a home, move forward with positive attitudes, and instead of only taking, contribute. You might offer limited help to this country, and yet see what else you can do to have your impact, making this country even better.
Awesome. And these are the great words. And thank you so much for your participation today. And you are a living example of it, right? You packed your bags, you flew to Canada, or you stopped in Armenia on the way to Canada, right? And so, but yes, I think like a lot of people, they will find it so valuable. And I hope it's not our last conversation. And
I hope
once
so.
we will meet again. Thank
Sure.
you so much,
Looking
Hasmik.
forward to it, Lidia. Thank you.